But if I see a financial opportunity on a platform that can serve my needs, I'm not gonna stick around for loyalty. That's childish. This is a business. Twitch is not my best friend. They're not my, we don't hang out and drink, and we don't hang out and watch football together. This is a business. You go to the platform that's financially stable and supplies your needs. This is not a personal thing. And people, they're taking this relationship with Twitch as kind of a lifestyle, when in actuality it's a business. Hello, everyone. Hi. Today, I want to talk about a very, 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 very hot topic in the Twitch community, YouTube community, live streaming, content creation, the industry that I do things in. Past couple of days, you may have heard of names like Dr Lupo and Timthetatman. Big names, huge names in the streaming community, especially on Twitch. Well, a couple days ago, I think about 3 days ago now, Dr Lupo announced that he was moving exclusively to YouTube. And then yesterday, Timthetatman did the same thing. Now, this was huge, man. I'm telling you, because both of those names were mainstays and staples in the Twitch community. Not necessarily from a viewer count perspective, even though their viewer count was very, very high. And Twitch people and Twitch viewers tend to emphasize viewer count over everything. But the term is called influencer for a reason. These guys have their toes in many, many different pools. Timthetatman was recently, just to give you some idea of how big he's become. Movie stars and musicians are actually fans of him. He was recently interviewed at the Dallas Cowboy football game halftime show. He was in a Super Bowl commercial, and he signed multiple deals with like Herman Miller and Chipotle, and with all kinds of things that, you typically don't see streamers dealing with. Dr. Lupo is mainly known, he's the dad of Twitch, as everybody like to call him, because he's a family guy. And lucky there's a family guy. And he's mostly known for his charity streams and raising an immense amount of money. And I think the thing that popped in my head when this was first announced was that Dr. Lupo received 2 years in a row, received big contributions towards his charity from Twitch in the form of $1 million both years. And it was really surprising that Twitch would let him go. And I say let him go because this was a time where contracts were being renegotiated, right? You're being poached by many, many different areas. I'm pretty sure Facebook and other streaming providers were pitching at these guys to come stream exclusively on their platform because they're well known for building vast communities. And that's how streaming platforms grow. When you build many, many communities and you intertwine those communities, you become something of a big platform. So YouTube has definitely, opened I guess you can call it the Google Vault of Cash. And they are providing what Dr. Lupo has described as basically a deal you can't refuse. Like he said the words set for life. And to me, that points to 7 figures. Easy. When I hear the word set for life, I'm thinking over millions of dollars in a deal. And these guys are essentially already millionaires if you combine everything they've done. If you combine everything they've done into a single, their assets and their revenue and whatever, they're probably already millionaires. But to basically bring in these two guys, and to Google's probably just a drop in the bucket. It's probably not even that much. But still, I find it very, very interesting that these two guys, which from what I've been told, have the same agency as Lyric and Summit. Everybody's looking at Lyric and Summit now. Both went to YouTube. So their agency must be killing it in terms of negotiations. I'm really happy for both of them, but I'm mostly happy for Dr. Lupo because it kind of hits home. he mentioned in a Washington Post article that he gets to spend more time with his family because streaming is a very, very cutthroat industry. And I'm trying to cut back, even though I'm in the middle of a 46-day subathon. Killing me, Smalls. I'm trying to cut back on live streaming and diversify into other areas. I've always been doing that. And, I'm getting more into 3D printing, my Etsy shop, selling 3D prints and doing more stuff on TikTok and Instagram and doing more short form stuff. And, the BNN stuff kind of took off on YouTube. So I'm doing this type of stuff now with React videos and covering daily news and, reacting to news, which is kind of what my podcast was kind of, back in the day with Buona.org radio and Tech Talk with Buona and Game Chat with Buona. This is kind of like my wheelhouse anyway. So diversifying is very, very good because live streaming is not sustainable. 8 to 12 hours a day of just going live is not sustainable as a business practice because the amount of effort you put in versus the amount you get back, it's not worth it. I think it was Devin Nash. He said that, all of your assets that you produce after live streaming are essentially gone when you hit the stop streaming button. And that's big because, unless you got some people working on taking clips of your stuff, doing a bunch of post-production, taking that live content, repurposing it, which is what a lot of people do. Once you hit stop, and if you're just on Twitch and you hit stop streaming, that's it. That content's gone. It has no more value because watching VODs is not a thing on Twitch. People don't do that. And it's all about the live stuff on Twitch. So one of my, as a 14-year veteran of Twitch and of this industry and stuff, I always tell people never put all your eggs in one basket. You have to diversify. You have to branch out your brand in multiple different areas. Otherwise, you're risking failure. That's a short way of saying it. You're just risking failure. And even with live streaming, it's not a sustainable thing. If you're talking about being a full-time streamer, you also need to be talking about being a full-time creator. The two go hand in hand. You cannot just live stream and call it a day. And it's a lot of work. Contrary to what people think, you just sit down and play video games all day. It's a lot of work. You got to do a lot of different things, especially if you don't hire people to do them for you. It could easily take up 12 to 15 hours a day of your time, even if you don't stream that much, which is why you see people only stream like maybe 4 to 5 hours a day, because those other 8 to 10 hours, they need to be working on all that other stuff. So yeah, you get into the arguments of that this is not a job. This is not, you're not working. It's, those people just need to shut up. For real. You don't see me going into your industry, whatever you're doing. If you're sewing, or if you're creating something, or if you're working in an office and a claim adjuster, if you're doing tech support, you don't see me going into your office and that's not work. If you're doing like hands-on back-breaking work out on the farm, or if you're doing some other stuff, you don't see me going to your farm going, that's not work. Just shut up. For real. Just, if you don't know what you're talking about, if you're not part of the industry, you're not helping. You're actually hurting, which is why I have no problem telling those people to shut up, because all you're doing is causing trouble. You're causing problems. So if you don't know what you talk about, I'm going to tell you. So congratulations to Timthetatman, Dr. Lupo. I'm excited because YouTube Gaming hasn't signed that many people. They've only signed Courage JD, Valkyrie, Timthetatman, Dr. Lupo. I don't think they actually signed Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect just moved to YouTube. They didn't sign him. So they've only signed a handful of people to deals. And, I saw a reply from, I forgot the guy's name. The head guy over YouTube Gaming. I'm really good with names. Normally, I'm really good with names. And someone said that, someone made the snide comment like, oh, YouTube has to do this so they can, so they can get more people to stream on their platform. And the guy said, we've only signed a handful of people, a very small people to exclusive deals. So I don't know what you're talking about. And the guy got silent because most of YouTube Gaming's stuff comes from volunteers, people who volunteer to get in there. So where do we go from here? YouTube Gaming has received a lot of criticism. I want to talk about that for a second. YouTube gaming has received a lot of criticism because of its interface. And I agree with a lot of the feedback that some people say. I think the chat still can be improved. The chat has come a long way. Let me tell you, since the days of YouTube live chat, that's what it used to be called, to now, it's come a long way. And it's doing some things that Twitch could learn from. But it's still not quite there. Still not quite there. Could use some love. But it's almost there, and it's making improvements all the time. The thing I want to talk about and focus on is discoverability. It's come up many, many times. People say it's hard to find stuff on YouTube. Hard to find live streams, specifically. It's hard to find live streams on YouTube. And I agree. If you're using YouTube like Twitch, that's a distinction I want to make here. If you're using YouTube like Twitch, it's hard to find stuff. You're used to going to Twitch, going to a directory, or going to the front page, looking at recommended lists, going to the front page, going to the directory, finding a game you want to watch, clicking that directory, and seeing who's streaming, right? It's all about live streaming. Twitch is focused all about live streaming. YouTube is about content. All video content, whether it be VODs, whether it be live, or whatever. So if you go to youtube.com/gaming, you'll get sort of an equivalent to what you see on Twitch. You'll see a list of games being played. You know, let's bring it up here. Let's see, youtube.com/gaming. Let me do a quick scan, make sure that nothing is, that nothing is, you know, out of whack here. Oh, look, Timthetatman is coming to loot YouTube. Let's go. So you get something similar. You get top live games. You get recommended new releases, blah, 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 blah. But it's a mixture. It's not live content, right? It's all gaming content. And they made this announcement many years ago where they said they were going to get away from trying to replicate Twitch and just integrating this into the YouTube massive ocean, as Dr. Lupo called it. And some people don't like it. And I have a suggestion for those people who don't like this. I'm pretty sure you use YouTube. Most of us do use YouTube. If you don't use YouTube, I think you're kind of in the minority for a lot of the demographic of the gamers and stuff. I think you're in the minority if you don't use YouTube. What I suggest, this is how I use it, and I think this is how they designed it, is that what you should do is use YouTube normally. Like, say you want to search about Alien, like it's talking about Aliens Fireteam. Say you want to find Aliens Fireteam content. You go up and you search for Aliens Fireteam. You get a bunch of videos. You watch a video, like, man, this guy's pretty good. You subscribe to him. Now, if that guy happens to also live stream, guess what? You're going to know about it. You're going to know about it in your subscription box. It'll show him being live, or if he does a premiere, a scheduled premiere, it'll say, I'm going live at this day, and it's right in your face. You can't miss it. So the content is the focus on YouTube, not the live stream. Live streaming is an offshoot of the content that's being provided, which I think is a much smarter way of approaching this. But when you're talking about typical live stream browsing like you do on Twitch, yeah, YouTube is nowhere. They don't do that. They don't operate that way. But I really think you should just continue to use YouTube normally. And if your favorite provider is live streaming, you'll know. Like, I follow Joel Telling, 3D printing nerd, on YouTube. And every time he has a live stream, I know it's coming. I don't have to guess. I don't have to wait for a notification. If I go to my subscription box, most of these people, they put up scheduled live streams that they're going to be going live at a certain date, and it shows up in your subscriber box. Or if they're live while you look, you'll see that it'll have a live icon on it. You can agree or disagree that that's an effective way to promote your live stream, but as I previously stated, you shouldn't be, as a content creator, shouldn't be focusing on just live streaming. You should be focusing on content. It's a much more sustainable business, much more sustainable to your mental health. Dr. Lupo talked about this in his segment where he was talking about on the Washington Post article how his mental health was being strained because he had to push his personality to 11 for 12 to 14 hours a day, because he does split streams. He does a morning and a night stream, and it's got to be taxing. When you diversify in this way, it's healthier. So YouTube is promoting not only a content-focused environment, but a much more healthier lifestyle for live streamers. And seriously, you really, if you're a Twitch streamer and you're suffering from mental health issues because of live streaming, you should definitely diversify and stream. I think you should stream less, because these 8-hour to 10-hour streams a day forever really, really aren't healthy. You really need to start doing other things. Not only will your business grow or your live stream grow, but you will be healthier. So I think Tim, I don't know if Tim has talked about health too much, but I know Dr. Lupo talked about mental health and family. He's already planning trips with his son to go on these vacations and stuff. And it's beautiful, man. I love to hear stuff like that they can actually take some time off and not be trapped in the confines of Twitch, where if you don't stream, you don't make money. That's exactly how Twitch is. Twitch streamers are scared to take vacations because they'll come back and their sub count will plummet. Because if you're not live, people don't sub or resub. So it's kind of like, it's like you're a slave to the subscriber. Whereas if you're diversifying on YouTube, if you're diversifying on Instagram and repurposing your content properly, you shouldn't have to rely on a sub count drop on Twitch ruining your income. So that's something that is very, very important in this industry. And I'm really happy for Timthetatman and Dr. Lupo. Will Lyric, Summit, Nick Merckx, Cloaksy, Dakotas, who else signed? A whole bunch of people signed with Twitch. Are they going to stay with Twitch? We don't know. I actually don't know. I know Nick Merckx was clipped as saying that he has signed a massive deal. And I hope whoever he's with, I hope he gets what he wants. Ninja made a great comment on his Twitter, or on his Twitch, I'm sorry, that I seen on Twitter, that this is going to help all contract negotiations of Twitch streamers. What Tim and Lupo did today and yesterday, this is going to help all future negotiations, because it's a bargaining chip. When you're trying to negotiate a rate and Twitch isn't budging, you can tell them like, hey, Tim just left. Lupo just left. You don't want another one leaving, right? So it's going to give more bargaining chips to the negotiator. So everybody who has to re-sign with Twitch can possibly get more now because Tim and Lupo left, not because of available funds, but because of the mind share and the perception that streamers are leaving Twitch. And it's a new day. It's a new day. Dr. Lupo opened the floodgates here, man. I mean, I'm not going to say he did it exclusively, because Courage and Valkyrie and everybody, like even Gathalion going to Facebook and Disguise and I don't know, cotton Disguise. Toast went over to Facebook, and all these people went over to these places and got these really fat checks. Ninja and Shroud went to Mixer, got paid. Mixer died. We always talk about that. Streamers are being highly sought after as content creators. Now, what does that mean for people like me? And I consider myself like a low to mid tier streamer, right? Or creator. It doesn't mean that much for us in terms of exclusivity and content deals, but it does put these content creators and streamers in the limelight. They're, featured on USA Today and Washington Post. Like I said, they're in Super Bowl commercials and stuff. When you go and you want to negotiate a deal with a vendor or a potential sponsor, you don't have to tell them what you do for a living. Back when I remember I approached Cyberpower PC and told them what I did, and that I had sold like 4 computers just by me buying a Cyberpower PC and advertising and talking about it. I sold 4 computers in like a week. And I approached them with that and tried to get a deal, even just an affiliate code, and they ignored me and they laughed at me. They just basically just said no. And Now you got these computer vendors begging to, you know, go to content creators, go to these streamers and, you know, give them affiliate codes or give them whatever to represent their brand. So it's a new day for streamers, man. It's like it's streamers and content creators. I keep saying streamers, but you're really creating content on multiple platforms. And please don't, if you're out there watching this and you just stream on Twitch, create an Instagram, create a TikTok, do YouTube shorts, make clips, go to Instagram, take photos, do other stuff, man, because you're not gonna have a good time just doing nothing but live streaming. It's just a lot of hours for a little bit of payoff. All right, congratulations to Tim. Congratulations to Dr Lupo. We're gonna be following this. Might be a follow-up video if Lyric or Summit comes through, or Nick Merckx or Cloaksy and all these other big names at Twitch come through and sign on YouTube Gaming. Will you go to YouTube Gaming, Wanna? I said this to my chat the other day. I said, listen, if I sell a whole bunch of 3D prints, I'm out of here. Listen, I love Twitch. I love Twitch. I love the guys at Twitch. And, you know, we've got a long history. But if I see a financial opportunity on a platform that can serve my needs, I'm not gonna stick around for loyalty. That's childish. This is a business. Twitch is not my best friend. They're not my, you know, we don't hang out and drink, and we don't hang out and watch football together. This is a business. You go to the platform that's financially stable and supplies your needs. This is not a personal thing. And people, they're taking this relationship with Twitch as kind of a lifestyle, when in actuality it's a business. So I would be out of here in a heartbeat if it was financially feasible. Right now, it's not. That's why I'm still on YouTube. I mean, that's why I'm still on Twitch. I can't afford to leave Twitch in my current state. But as soon as I can, I'm going to go to the better financial opportunity. You can call it selling out. You can call it whatever you want. You can use these childish terms, but this is a business. This ain't no game. Y'all take care of yourselves. We're going to be following this one very closely. Take care. I'm out.